Okay, Ivan, Sanfrecce Hiroshima are J-League champions. You watched the game. What were your impressions of that match?
Yeah, I think they played it very tactically. They had the 3-2 victory in the first league going into this game. So, I think they sat back and they absorbed a lot of pressure and played counter-attacking style of football. And in the end, they got that goal that sort of got them through the line, that made it very difficult for Osaka. So, tactically they played very defensive and, I thought they weren't too bad, but they were a lot quieter than they were in the first game.
You played against Sanfrecce Hiroshima 3 years ago. What comparisons can you make between the team from 3 years ago to the one today?
Yeah, still some of the same players. Still sort of a bit of a similar system that they're playing with. So, a little bit of experience for us coming into this game, having played them in the past. And we now have to sort of study that team a little bit more individually. We've been looking at both teams at the moment, so we'll look at them and hopefully, put together a game plan where we can get a competitive performance against them.
Do you spot any weaknesses in this side?
Yeah, very tough. I mean, they're playing at a good level week in and week out, and they've proven again they can score some goals in the first league and get the the equaliser in this game. So a tough team, very difficult to play against. But we've come away now with 1-1 in our first sort of friendly game on tour. I think very tough after a 25-hour flight sort of scenario for us getting here. So it's been a difficult couple of days, but we've had a game, 90 minutes under our belt, and the guys performed quite well in that game. So leading up to to the next game now, it's just preparation mode.
Over the two legs, Gamba Osaka played a more aggressive game in terms of their attacking intent. As assistant coach, is that what you expect us to do, or what will the approach be?
Well, they were attacking, but they also played. They sat back at times, especially in the first game. Both teams sat back and played very defensive. So it sort of opened up, in that second half of the first game where 5 goals were scored. And again, in this game, it opened up right towards the end, when they were sort of chasing a victory, Osaka. So, we have to be patient. We have to try to play our game plan, and we have to be confident that our style of football that we play week in and week out is going to, be able to provide us with an opportunity to be competitive and have a possible good result.
How have you found the transition from being a player to, at this tournament at least, assistant coach for now?
Yeah, very difficult. It's it's been a long time when I've been playing, put on the boots at training, and and the name on the team sheet and the lineup and etc. So, but I've been enjoying it, the transition as well. It's a lot of hard work also, off the field and in preparation for everything. So, it's been enjoyable, and it's just great to be here with the team. And you can see the guys are getting slowly, little bit by little bit, excited for the big game ahead of them. So, we've got a few days now to prepare.
What sort of qualities and characteristics will Auckland City have to show on December the 10th?
Well, we need to show that fight that we always do. We need to be quietly confident, and we need to be able to sort of fulfil our game plan and as best as we can. I mean, we know we're the underdogs. We know it's going to be very difficult, and it's going to take something special to get a result. So, I think the guys in the team, I mean, the unit is a lot different than it was 12 months ago when we had such great results in Morocco. I mean, players have moved on to other clubs in different countries, and there's a big change, which you'd expect after a good result. There's people always watching, there's scouts out there, and players move in that because of good tournaments and that. So, we've got a new bunch of players come in, some young faces as well, which are adapting well, and and you look to the sort of squad. So, we need the experienced heads to sort of step up there and try and lead them during the game, and hopefully we can have everyone fit in time and all good, ready for go in that game, and the selection can be made from a close to 100% fit squad.
Last time the match was decided by a single goal, a very special goal. Can we expect it to be just as tight this time?
I hope so. I think at this level the games are decided on little moments in the game, and we have to prepare well to be able to try to limit our mistakes that we're going to make. We're going to make mistakes, and we need to we need to try to consistently play our football, but we've got to try to limit those mistakes and limit the chances that we give away. And I think if we can keep the ball like we can do at times, I think it's going to give us confidence, players confidence, to rise to the occasion. I mean, we've stepped up against Yokohama FC in the friendly, which is another step up from what we usually play on domestic level. But the guys know, and they realise, there were good periods in that game and there weren't so good periods in the game. So they realise that they're going to have to step up again, and mentally it's a challenge for them.
Tonight there was 50,000 fans at the stadium for Hiroshima. You're a very experienced player. You've been through that so often in the past. What is it like to step out onto a pitch in an atmosphere like that, and how do you cope with the nerves?
It's a real buzz for players to step out in that. I mean, you want to play in big games, and you want to perform well in big games, and it's the moments that you can perform at those levels that really sort of can highlight you as a player, and you need to be able to, if things aren't going quite well and make a bad pass and 50,000 people are whistling against you, or even just whistling against you because you haven't made a bad pass because you're the opposition, you need to be able to block that out. And generally, once the first whistle goes, players sort of focus on the game and their responsibilities in that game. So, we have a lot of guys that have played that level, whether it's with Auckland City or with other clubs in the past. And I think the young ones coming through, it's all part of a learning curve for them, and it's all about not only performing well but also enjoying the moment as well. I mean, it's a great occasion to be involved in. And for those players to, hopefully we get a crowd of 20, 30, 40, 50,000 as well. And for those players, it's going to be, an enjoyable time as well.
What differences do you see in this Auckland City team of 2015 as compared to the one in 2012? How much has it grown?
Yeah, I think we've changed with personnel, but we've also another year along the lines of knowing that, we can compete at this level. And against top teams, and that helps with the mindset of the squad, and the players come in, I think they can notice that and they can see that, and the guys that have done it before. So the ability is there, and there's obviously a high expectation from outside, of the camp. I mean, but we need to be realistic, and we understand the gap and the levels that we play. So, but because we have done it in the past, there is that a bit of self-belief that is there and installed in the team, and we need to grow that as much as we can, but we don't want to be overconfident and think that we're better than we are. We need to just be that quietly confident. We're the underdogs. We're going in there. We want to be competitive, and we want to. If we can be competitive, then we've got a chance in football, and that's why the beautiful game is good, because you don't have to be the number one team to win games.
How aware are the players of their responsibility to not only play well for the club, but also the ASB Premiership and New Zealand football and Oceania football more broadly?
Yeah, the good thing about social media and the interactions back home with everyone is that the players get to see that support a little bit more than generally in the past, and they do understand that they are representing not only Auckland City, which they do really well, also Oceania and the region. I mean, the benefits that the region gets from an Oceania team doing well at the tournament is great. And I mean, hopefully one day, there were rumours that we were going to be direct into the group this time round, and hopefully with the good performances that not only us but other Oceania teams can do at tournaments, and then hopefully we can push for that and stick our hand up further.
I'm compelled to ask this. A lot of people will see that you haven't played a game yet this season and perhaps assume that means retirement for you, but the plan is to keep on playing after the Club World Cup for the rest of this season at least?
Well, the plan is to try to get back to full fitness, so it's been a difficult pre-season with a little injury there and a sort of reoccurrence only about 10 days ago now, so it's frustrating, it's a feeling a little bit letting down the club as well, and the boys, I mean, enjoy being out there so much and helping lead the way that, the feeling isn't good, but this happens in football and injuries happen. So at the moment, just working on getting that fitness back, and then we'll see what happens after the tournament.